Welcome back, guys, to Texas Dirt. I'm out here with the dog and with Dad. We're building upon our last episode and everything that we did last time we were out here, and we're going to be putting up a new stand today at that location I showed you guys at the end. So it's a spot that Dad found this last year. We're going to get out there and talk to you guys a little bit more about it, kind of the significance of it and what we're trying to do at that location. Got a couple other little small jobs to do while we're out here, but for the most part, the hard work to get everything reset and up and running this year is already over, and from here we're just adding to this place and building upon it. So I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for what we're about to do with this new stand setup, and Dad's drinking his coffee out of his Fall Obsession mug right there.
Get you some merch.
Yeah, fallobsession.com. Go pick you up some merch. We got tumblers, shirts, hats, everything you need to rep the brand. So we're gonna get out here and get to work before it gets too hot. All right, so as I mentioned before, this is the spot that we showed you guys at the end of the last episode. We have limbed up the path. We couldn't get the truck within a couple 100 yards of this spot before, so that's what Dad and I have been working on, is living up just the road to get the truck back in here. As you can see it back in there, Dad stuck this ladder up in here toward the end of last year and just left it there, and it sat there. It's not strapped in or anything. We brought straps today, so we're gonna limb this tree up to the point where we can sit in it and have shooting lanes and everything, be comfortable. We brought a chainsaw to get all that done. We're gonna strap and secure the stand into the tree, have it all good to go. And then out in here, we're gonna put a feeder and a pen like what you guys have seen on our other setups, about 20-25 yards out in this little clearing right here. So it's gonna be a good spot. I'm looking forward to this location. Dad's the one that found it. For reference, our camp and where we have the camper and everything is about 400 yards due west. So you could literally walk into this location from camp, which is pretty cool. It's also oriented so that the stand's gonna be on the southwest side of the setup, facing northeast, which is just gonna help us out depending on what kind of wind direction we have, because our other ladder stands we have on the southeast corner. We don't have anything on the southwest corner of a setup, so it's just going to give us another option in regards to being able to hunt the wind and all that kind of stuff. So this is an area that we really wanted to put something in. Just as you head out into this area right here, it's 50 to 60, 70 acres of just mesquite thicket like you see right here, and we haven't really touched it at all during our time here. But there's deer out here, and we see deer out here all the time. Almost every time we come to and from camp, we see deer on the main road coming back into this thicket. So we're really excited about this spot. I think it's gonna be really good for us this year, and we're gonna get it rolling here. All right, so it looks a lot different. As you can see, you can actually see the top of the ladder now. So we cleared out a little tree that was at the base right here and some of the main branches here. And now we're gonna get this thing strapped in. I'm gonna take the loppers and trim up some of this smaller stuff that's up top. And then from there, we'll take a look at the orientation on where we're gonna put our feeder and figure out if there's any more limbs that we need to trim up with the chainsaw or loppers to help make this thing a little bit better. Chainsaw makes things so much quicker and so much easier. Glad we brought it. So we're gonna check this out. The other thing that y'all didn't see on the time lapse is we have these big pieces of brush right here. Everything's so broken up and there's so many funnels into this area that it's hard to control unless you have a lot of stuff. But once we get up here in the tree and we see kind of what the layout's going to look like and kind of where we foresee some deer coming in, we might try to move this brush pile that we've just created here into a certain location to try and help funnel the deer into an alternate location that we want them to go. So my guess is that we're probably going to put this brush somewhere back behind us because we don't want deer coming from behind us. We want them coming from anywhere out here. So if we can put something back here to push them this direction, it's going to be all the more better for us. First look, sitting up here in a tree that I'm probably going to be in a lot this year. You guys might have to get used to this spot. Dad's cutting down a few little things, but let's see here. I'll step it off. It's probably 25. Yeah, anything under 30. Yeah, I think we cut that one down and leave the other one that's to your right of it. We'll leave that one. All right, we got everything situated. This is where our feeder's gonna go in relation to our stand. We're gonna get the legs built. We're gonna get this thing put up. The same corn protein blend that we've been putting in all the rest of them. Might have a couple extra steps today because we got out here early. I think we got to make a run at some point to Tractor Supply, get a couple things for the fence and a battery for the feeder because Walmart they were sold out. And after that, the stand will be operational. So the feeder's up and we'll be back here very shortly to finish this spot up with the fence. I think I'm gonna like this location a lot. It's a good spot. Stand, feeder, little cutback going into the trees where they're gonna come from. And if you guys hadn't seen it, I know you probably saw videos of us dragging some brush. We took these brush clumps and just put them behind us here to try and discourage certain paths of travel from coming behind us and hopefully push them around so that they're not coming right underneath us when they're coming in. So it's a pretty good spot. I'm excited. So we're here swapping out this solar panel that we just pulled the plate off the feeder itself, but the raccoons completely ripped the panel off of the plate, or something did at some point. So we're swapping out a couple solar panels here. We're gonna move a rifle rail, put that fence up, and that's gonna be our day. But a few steps to get there. So swap out this panel, and again, from the educational standpoint, I'm trying to give you guys on season 3, the reason we have these solar panels on our feeders is so that it keeps these batteries charged all the time. Dad can tell you about the old days when we just had the old school 6 volts in there, and seemed like every couple weeks, every time we went out there, there was a feeder that hadn't been thrown corn and who knows how long. So we're able to remedy that by keeping these panels on here. It charges the batteries and we don't ever have to worry about our feeders not throwing unless they run out. So works out pretty well. New panel, good to go. All right, so we have one more solar panel to put up. I'm gonna put some pictures in the episode at this point for you guys, but we had a cellular camera malfunction on that last stand that we were at the bow blind earlier in the year, and so we put a card pull on it. So we pulled the card after we finished filming, and hit lister number 1 is officially on my radar. So as much as I want to be in a tree, I might be in a bow blind depending on his pattern, but I'll put the pictures in the video. You guys can check it out, see what you think, comment, tell me about him. Pretty sure this is the same buck that I've seen the past, at least last year. He's a 7-pointer this year. It looks like he's got a crab claw on maybe both sides, so he might be an 8 this year. But yeah, pretty excited to see a deer like that finally showing up instead of just does and pigs. So we're starting to turn. We're starting to see some bucks, which is exciting. Dad's got a nice bachelor group on his stand as well. So we're gonna get this solar panel up, and then if you guys have been watching the Hog Wars series, you know the red bucket, old Mr. Mike's famous hog bait custom concoction. We're gonna get that out here as well and rebait these sites. So hopefully the next couple weeks we can be back out here filming another Hog Wars volume. Until then, get this panel rigged up. Panel number 2 swapped out. Now it's time to put some hog bait out. So over here, you guys can see the spots, these holes where we've had bait before. They're opening them up, they're tearing them up, and we're gonna keep on feeding the fire with this. So take a couple seconds, put this stuff out, and we'll be moving on. All right, we made a quick trip to town. A couple things that we were missing. We're gonna throw this fence up. It's getting hot. Get this fence up around this feeder. Got a battery for it. Get it operational, and then we're out of here. Hang with us. Alright guys, y'all have seen it. We got a fence up just like the other ones that y'all have seen. New feeder, solar panel, all good to go. Ladder stand trimmed up in the tree. It's all set and ready to rock and roll. So
a month from today.
Yes, we are a month away from opening day of bow. So this was the last big project. Everything else out here is just little stuff like getting the pop-ups out. Probably next trip I make out here and just watching deer. So appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm looking forward to this setup. Thanks for your help, Dad. We'll be back again for episode 3. Stay tuned. Ranger, come here. I
think we back up to here.
Yeah, I think back in here will be fine. That way, if they come up the power line right there, they're not.
Also got some shade from the tree, just for the sun to be on you early.